Previously on the engine, Mercury, Rango, and Silver sleuthed it up on the Protectorate homeworld in search of the secret prison where Loxodonus, Form, and Kratos are being held. Tonight, in an uncharted secret system, inside a high-security prison, we get a glimpse of a day in the life on the inside as Kratos, Form, and Loxodonus experience prison life in the Protectorate. Hello, everybody. I'm Nate. With me is Kratos, CJ.
Hello.
And our returning guest star, Carissa.
What?
She is playing our awesome, amazing goddess, Hera / Frigg. Both pantheons smashed together. I want to take 1 second here and talk about the Easter eggs. They've died. Yes, I think we've all...
I use them every time I'm here.
I know you try.
Now, here's the thing. I don't use the items that I get from them.
No, you're terrible about that, in fact, maybe even. I think what we need to do is just put them to bed permanently.
Want me to use one right now? You want me to react to that with one?
Oh, I see what you're doing there, Nate, and fuck you. You can give us an Easter egg as one last dying gasp, but I will not be rewarding it. Do you have one to give?
I got all of them down.
What one would you... Give me your favorite one.
50 pounds of ass whooping in a 10-pound bag. That would have been my next one to use somewhere.
They're going to fall by the wayside. We're going to let them die, and I apologize to everybody who was a big fan of them, but too many amazingly large gifts to give away. Too much time to get through, and they kind of slowed some of the. When I went back and listened, they seemed to slow some of the action down for me too much.
Yeah.
So pulled those out. Let's get going. Earth year 3667, the longest year. S1 Alpha System. S1 Alpha 43 Prison Station. Prison Station S1 Alpha 43 orbits the 43rd planet of this secret system. While there are many prison stations orbiting the numerous planets in this system, S1 Alpha 43 sits dark, cold, and distant, so far away from its tiny star that light from the center of the system barely shines here. The station's population is small, comparatively, but the beings housed here are more powerful and considered more dangerous than the rest of society. This is the Protectorate's most secret prison, protected by Ruck the Warden's most trusted staff. Kratos, we find you sitting in your cell alone. Your head is down and your chin presses against the control collar around your neck. 2 months. 2 months staring at the same small crack on the baseboard of your cell. This activity is broken only by the mundane routine of daily life here on S1 Alpha 43, or the EH, as it's called by the prisoners here. The EH stands for Event Horizon, or the point at which even light can't escape. CJ, what's the rest of your cell look like?
I think it's still very basic. Like there's been no like making it of my cell kind of thing because I don't plan to be there. Yeah, it's like it's still nothing.
You no posters up,
nothing. It's just gray.
Not even your own card.
Yeah, that's the only thing put up.
Hera.
Yes, ma'am. Sir.
Hera, you jump into the system and immediately begin a slow crawl towards the 43 planet. Your craft is no larger than a foot across and maybe 3 inches high. Remember, you're only the size of about a pinky nail. It slides toward the planet, making nary a ripple on any sensor the Protectorate would have installed. And when it arrives at the prison station, it enters an orbit around it. Hera, you press a button and a sensor ping begins to sound. Within moments, 2 stealth ships arrive at your location. What do you do?
Gaseous form.
What's that do?
It turns a willing creature, it shapeshifts them.
Including yourself.
Right, okay. So that's what we'll do.
Okay, so you're going to do gaseous form?
Gaseous form.
And just turn yourself... Okay, so let's start there. Okay, so tell me what you're doing here.
As
the 2 stealth ships kind of slide up to you, you can get a sense they're about to hit this scan your vessel. What do you do?
I'm going to just kind of hover and check things out. Turn into a gaseous form.
Okay.
And hover in that state.
Okay. As you do, right as soon as you do that, one of them scans you. It finds your ship unarmed, unmanned, and seemingly harmless. And so Tractor beams you into their cargo bay.
Success.
You feel your ship thud against the floor of the cargo bay. Now what do you do, as they're probably going to inspect you much further?
Can I tell them what to do and have them do it?
That would be one thing you could do.
So, mass suggestion.
Okay.
Kind of Jedi mind trick everybody.
Okay, so as they approach your vessel, you cast mass suggestion. What do you say? What do you suggest? Remember, it's got to be like under 25 words, I believe.
Okay. You see nothing. You will see nothing for the duration of my time here.
Kratos. The cell door buzzes and swings open. You rise and step out of your cell. You move into line with many other prisoners, including Loxodonus, whose cell is next to yours. You march behind her, and as she moves past the cell, she turns and looks inside, and then moving forward again, she hangs her head and sighs deeply. When you reach the cell to which Loxodonus reacted, you see what has depressed her. Atop his pedestal, Form is dark. After the first week here, Form simply went dark. The hovering blue energy ball now rests on the pedestal and is a dark gray color. No one in the prison has been able to rouse them, and you and Loxodonus have been forbidden from trying. A guard was kind enough to share with you that the council forbids removal of Form, and that they are to be left alone in their cell. Every meal and activity you are allowed to partake in has a moment when you move by this cell, and every time you hope to find the bright blue ball hovering above its pedestal, but every day, the same scene as described. Roll insight, please, into Loxodonus.
It's one of the few things I'm okay at.
I increased your wisdom since you've been in prison. I don't know if you noticed that.
I was looking at that. I was pretty sure I had a minus in there.
You did. You got a little wiser here in the joint.
It's still garbage. I got an 8.
You're worried about Loxodonus. A lot. Like a lot. Because they've withdrawn. She's withdrawn a little bit away from you. Although she does seem to be making her way with the guards. And as you know, most of the galaxy sees her as a god anyway. So she's kind of positioned to be successful here, regardless of her small stature. She's about 1.5 feet high, Carissa.
Yes.
Little elephant lady.
Okay.
But 1.5 feet high.
That's who Loxodonus is.
Yep. But she's like awakened, enlightened.
Okay.
You enter the dining hall and you move into a much more relaxed environment, Kratos. The prisoners are allowed to speak to each other when eating and standing in the food line. Loxodonus immediately turns around to you, and as you enter, she begins to tell you about her meditation this morning. She begins to walk backward in line as she speaks. I'm telling you, Kratos, something's different. Change is coming. Yeah, this is literally her. Telling you, Kratos, something's different. Change is coming.
This still feels like the same prison to me right now. We got to get out of here.
No, you remember, you gotta go with the flow. Gotta go with the flow. And she, can I get perception?
I can sure try to give that a good one, but it's gonna be an 11.
You notice nothing or perceive nothing out of the ordinary, and as she's talking to you, she takes another step back and she steps immediately onto the tail of a kobold. He shrieks, and before anyone can react, he grabs a tray and spins and smashes it into the face of Loxodonus, who flies across the room and slams into the wall. What do you do?
I'm going to use my runic shield ability to shield her.
Okay.
I guess he didn't roll a d20, so never mind. It won't do any good. I'm just going to reach out and try and grab his throat.
So grapple?
Yeah.
Is that a strength contest?
Yeah, it should be.
Let's have it, dog.
So bad.
That is a nat 1.
Well, I rolled a 10, so I guess I win, but...
You grab him around his throat. Can I have another strength check?
I would love a roll over, that's... Oh, okay. We have 23.
You grab him so good,
No.
you hear his little neck snap, and you feel his body go lifeless in your arms. It starts a full along, like everybody starts pushing and shoving, and there's a full-on riot starting. And then the alarms start, and then you, in horror, look around the room, start to see the collars start to switch from red to blue, and as they turn to blue, the person wearing them hits the ground unconscious. And before you can do anything else, you feel a sharp sting, and then all goes dark. Hera,
Yes.
you watch silently from the corner of the dining hall, safe in a potted plant and camouflage there. As Kratos hits the ground, a small smile rises in the corner of your mouth. Your heart leaps with joy. A hero worthy of the Lotus? Check. Definitely check. Can I have you roll a perception?
All right. I rolled a 8. 2 plus 6.
You hear guards speaking a little way off, and you see them start to come together as basically the room's kind of basically completely, pacified.
Right.
You see them start to kind of go behind the prisoners and flip switches on the backs of the collars and kind of prep them to move them where they're going. And then in one corner is a small group of what looked like maybe commanders or whatever. So if you could do like a investigation check to hear, what is hearing? What would be hearing?
I guess, is she really like eavesdropping, like trying to lean in and hear?
Stealth?
I would think.
Yeah, use your stealth and then see if you can get close enough to hear what they're saying.
So
Let's do that.
I click that button then.
Yep. I'm assuming that I don't have like my powers and stuff right now.
No,
right?
absolutely.
Okay.
I got
That was a 24. That was awesome.
That is super good.
So you got a 24 on your stealth. You slide basically right up onto the conversation. You climb up and into the cuff of one of the guards, and you're sitting in basically the foot cuff, the shoe cuff of one of the guards, and you hear them say that it's time to separate them. Kratos will be taken to solitary, and Loxodonus will be taken to the infirmary, and you see them kind of put her body on a little stretcher and kind of take her away. She seems pretty messed up, actually. Now, what do you want to do? Which direction do you want to follow?
I don't know what's motivating me to follow one person over another, but
Curiosity for yourself personally at this point is fine by me.
I want to make sure she's okay, so I'm going to follow her.
You follow the group carrying Loxodonus to the infirmary and slip inside as the door swings shut. You see them begin to kind of work frantically on Loxodonus, and then the doctors begin to huddle and kind of stroke their chin, and you can see they're getting concerned. And as you move closer, you see the light in Loxodonus' eyes beginning to go out. Do you have anything? What do you do?
What do I have? Good berry. That's right. I'm going to give her one of these berries that's going to restore her.
Is it one per berry, right? So you make a little group of them or whatever?
10 berries appear in your hand and are infused with magic.
Sweet.
For the duration. A creature can take a bonus action to eat one berry. Eating a berry restores 1 hit point, and the berry provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Loxodonus is fading. She doesn't have really the capacity to kind of chunk these down. So let's do another stealth. See if you can grind these up and force feed her without the doctors seeing. And at this point, you're starting to hear the
11.
That's going to be good enough. She kind of takes in some of the berries. You see a little light, and then you start to give her more, and she starts to take them on her own. And just as the doctors turn around, you slip down into the sheets and kind of below and away from everybody's eyes. Yeah. And then you hear them say that, she's coming around. Looks like we're going to be all right here. So they start to do more things. And pretty soon you're able to kind of move with the assurance that she's going to be all right, at least, not knowing anything more than that.
Those are some garbage doctors.
Well, they were...
For magic doctors, they clearly just don't care.
She's not doing good.
Yeah.
Oh, she seems to be better.
Yeah.
All right, I'll work on that a little bit, maybe.
Oh no, that's not what I was implying at
Yes,
all.
okay.
I mean, they're prisoners. You're not gonna. You're like,
bend over backwards for them. No. Solitary is an empty room without even a bed. Simply a sink for water and a hole in the ground. Kratos, you come to and shake your head to get rid of the cobwebs. You press your fingers to the bridge of your nose and sigh and look around. Solitary it is then. And then you hear a small voice calling out to you. What do you do?
Can I tell kind of the direction it's coming from?
You'd have to do the standard D&Ds.
What do you want?
So the good news is you're hearing a voice. So you're looking for, you're investigating.
Okay, all right. Then I'm going to investigate and roll pretty poorly with an 11.
That's good enough to find kind of the source of the voice that's calling you. The crack, there's just outside of near where the sink is, there's a small crack where the pipe comes through the wall. And out of that little crack in the wall drops what is a beautiful human woman. And she says she knows who you are. Yep. And so you just dropped out of a little crack in his wall.
Gotcha.
And are in his room. You had been calling his name. Now you want to...
Kratos. I am Frigg, or Hera. I'm here to help you. I've already helped Laxadonis, your companion from earlier.
She's okay?
She's okay. I've helped her. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Just ready to be out of here.
Right. So that's what we're going to do next, is try to get you out of here.
Why would you do that?
This is the Lotus, and she gestures off to the side. A long, slender shaft appears from nowhere, leaning against the wall. And she
That's
says,
what she said.
slender.
I am so sorry.
Nope. She downloads all of the information about the staff to you immediately, and you understand the following. It's a shape-shifting staff. It turns into whatever you want it to be. It does 30 damage, full stop, but you can shape it. Here's what I'll explain it to you. You're going to use your proficiency bonus as the modifier to hit. So it's a +5, I think, to hit with it.
I got a +4 right now.
Okay. +4 to hit with it. Okay. So you'll +4 will be your attack bonus. I'll give you an example. Holding the Lotus staff, I sense that the kobold has how many hit points? And I would say 22. And you'd say, I aim the staff at the kobold and fire only 21 points of damage. On a success, that's exactly what would happen. On a failure, I'll roll a dice. We'll see what happens. And you're standing there holding the staff, kind of marveling. It's the thing you wanted. You wanted
finally
this,
a melee weapon.
Finally a melee weapon that would really go well with kind of where you're heading, emotionally.
Right.
Perception checks out of both of you, please.
Oh, yeah. I rolled a 14.
Okay.
18.
You both passed. What do you guys do? Someone's coming.
Do I stand and fight, or do I bounce?
This is not the moment.
It's
to
probably
fight.
not a good idea to fight, yeah.
Okay.
So I can make it into anything?
Yeah, it can be anything. Again, leaning against the wall, it can turn into the wall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, so I don't even have to have it in my hand to do it?
It's now linked to you. So whatever you want it to be, it will be. You'll find this in the Sunlight Man.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was listening.
Yeah.
That's obvious. Yeah. That's,
Can it be an invisible? Can it be an invisible wall that shields me from view?
She hides behind you.
if it can,
I'm not
I'm
supposed to be
down.
there.
I love that. I love that.
I'm desperately trying to get on board here.
That's perfect.
All right.
Teresa, that's perfect.
All right.
CJ, you lean the staff against the wall as you hear the footsteps getting closer and louder and louder. You lean the staff, you're like, get behind it. And in the corner, it just disappears. And so does she. And the door to your cell opens, and it's the friendly guard that told you about Thorm way back. And he tells you he's just checking on you. He wanted to let you know that Laxadonis is going to be fine. And that he's sorry that you're in here. Stay sane. You got this, he says, and he closes the door again. You grab the staff, and Hera reappears.
Kratos, do you swear to never kill again?
I swear by the Lotus to never kill again.